And okay. All right, so we're gonna get started right now. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to show you literally how to buy and how to sell in the Forex market. Like, let's say a trade is sent out to you, what do you do? And I'm just gonna show you like simple steps. Usually when I use this system called Zoom, I could be able to show you on my phone. But if anything, we're gonna have to figure out how to be able to do that through this. All right, so let's just say that there was a trade that says something along the lines of buy, and here I need to add something so you can be able to see my screen at the same time. Video capture device. Oh, bring this front. Okay, there you go. Now you can see me at the same time. All right, so let's say it says something along the lines of buy, and let's say USD JPY now, right? Buy USD JPY now, and it'll say something along the lines of TP number 1. And when we say TP, we're talking about take profit, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. So take profit number 1, and it'll say something along the lines of 10 pips from entry. Okay, 10 pips from entry. So what that means is, let's just say this is where you are in the market right now. Let's just say the price of the difference between US dollars to Japanese yen is right now, it's at 113.000, and we believe that the price of that is going to go up in value, right? So what we want to do is we want to buy, and what we're doing is we're actually buying US dollars. Okay, we're actually buying US dollars against the Japanese yen. All right, now what's happening is the US dollar is gaining strength and the Japanese dollar is losing strength. So essentially, when you're buying, you actually want the price to go up in value. So essentially, your take profit will be above your entry price, which would be, let's say this is your entry price. Your take profit will be, let's just say, up here, and it's going to be 10 pips above your entry price. And I'm going to go over what 10 pips is and how you can be able to calculate that and all. Okay, so let's just say, now I got to do this a little different. Usually I do it from my phone, but I'm not connected to my phone on my laptop right now. So, and then at any point in time, you have any questions or anything like that, you could be able to ask it in the chat, because I have it right next to me right now. Okay, so let's just say again, it said, buy USD JPY. All right, now the price of USD JPY right now is at 112.504. Okay, this number right here. Let me change these values. Scale properties. Okay, so this is the price of the US dollar versus the Japanese yen right now. So let's say you entered in right now at 112.502, and as you can see, the price changes over and over and over, right? So let's say you entered in at the 512.502, right? And we believe that the price is going to go up in value. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to write down that number, right? Let's say we entered in at that price, right? At what was it again? Okay, so this goes up, this up, 10 pips. All right. So let's just say that we entered. So your entry is at 112.502. You guys with me? So essentially the number that's all the way to the right, that number right there, we consider it as just way too small, right? And being the fact that it's just too small, what happens is we're just not going to pay attention to it. Now, this number right here, right, this is considered as the single digit pip, okay? The single digit pip, right? And this number right here, it moves 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this is the 10-digit pip, right? So that number moves like 0, 1, 2, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, right? 80, 90, and then 100. And as you can see, it just moves on over and over and over from there. So essentially, these are the numbers that we focus on the most. All right. So those are the 10-digit pips and the single-digit pips. Another way that I can be able to explain it very simply is, let's say you had 9,854 miles on your, odometer in your car, right? This would be the single-digit miles. And this would be the 10-digit miles, and this would be the 100-digit miles, and so on. And I'm pretty sure that makes sense to you. Okay, so you with me, Cindy? All right, so I'm gonna continue. All right, so this is the 10-digit pip right here, and this is the single-digit pip right here. So the thing is, what we want to do is we want to go up. Right, we want to go up 10 pips from our entry price. So this is our entry price. So all we're going to do is going to go up 10 pips. So we're going to add 10 to that 50. Okay, so there is a slight lag, right? So I would, ask you, so, what would be my take profit, right? But I'm just going to have to do it for you or with you, right? So this is where you entered in at 112.502, right? This is when you entered in at, and essentially you want to go up 10 pips from that entry price that you entered in at, right? So all you're going to do is add 10 to that, right? So if anything, tell me what you believe that my take profit would be right here. If you're just going to add 10 to that 50, what would be my take profit? Anybody that's brand new, I want you to write it in the chat. Okay. So yes, it's at 112.602, and then we're just going to add that 2 back in. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take that number, and then we'll just apply that. We'll enter that into our MetaTrader 4 application as our take profit. So then once the price gets to that mark right there, it'll automatically close out. It'll automatically close out your order at that price, and you'll receive those 10 pips. So next, I'm going to explain to you how much money you would actually create with those 10 pips based upon the amount in your balance. Okay, so let's just say you want the price to go up in value, but you don't want the price to go down in value. So if anything, what we're going to do is we're going to set up this thing called a stop loss. All right, set up this thing called a stop loss. And a stop loss will do exactly what what it sounds like. It'll stop you from losing more than the price that you come up with. So let's just say for your stop loss, you say, you know what, I don't want it to go past, and I'm going to come up with a random number. Let's just say 20 pips, right? So my random number is 20 pips, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to subtract 20 from that 50 now, right? So essentially, what do you think that my stop loss would be if I'm just subtracting and I'm just checking how many people are on, so I can be able to see if it's strolling through correctly. All right. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away 20 from that 50. So what would be 20 minus 50? It'll be 30, right? So essentially I'm just going to take this number right here, right? And I'll apply that into my MetaTrader 4 application as well. Okay. So if anything, next time I'll figure out how to be able to connect my phone to this. If anything, I have an idea of how I can be able to do it. If anything, here, I'm gonna try it out right now because I'd rather try than not at all. So I have an idea and I'm pretty sure this is going to work. So I'll join my actual Zoom. 6, 7. Boom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you will enter in this trade. Okay. Okay. So can you see my screen? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Okay, so this is the MetaTrader 4 application, okay? And this MetaTrader 4 application, if you do not know how to download this, what you could be able to do is on FxProNow.com, there's actually a video that explains how to download MetaTrader 4 and how to create a demo account and all that other stuff. It's on there. All right, so you just got to find it in there. If anything, here I'll show you where it is. So for people that are brand new and have never and aren't a member or anything like that, where it says before, it should say watching session number 1 and session 2. It says before session number 1, how to create a demo account. Before session number 2, how to download MetaTrader 4 on a computer, right? So it's on there. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to enter in this trade. So first of all, you have to get into the trade, right? So let's just say, it says trade, right? And you always want to make sure that you're getting in on the right pair, right? So we said that we wanted to get into USD/JPY, so this is USD/JPY right here. We're going to click where it says trade, right? And then from there, what we're going to do, so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure it says market execution where you're entering into the trade right now. And then from there, what we're also going to do is we're going to click where it says buy by market, right? So essentially, this is when we entered in at where it says 112.583, right? This on the left side of the arrow is when you enter in, right? That's where your entry price is. Now, what you're going to do is, let's say, so when do we enter in at where's it? We entered in at 112.583. So I'm just going to change this number right here, right? As far as when we entered in at. So I'm going to change this number. Right? Because we entered in at 0.6583 as far as our actual entry. So I want to make sure that you see from the actual entry, now that I've pulled it up, 83. So we're just going to add 10 to this, right? So it'll be 0.683. That'll be my take profit. And then I'm going to erase this number that we came up with. And then I'm just going to subtract now 20 from that number. Okay? And then I'm just going to go back to the entry that we got in at, right? And then I'm just going to hold on to that order. I'm going to click modify. I'm going to go to where it says take profit, and I'm going to enter in that number that we came up with right here. All right, for our take profit is this one, so 683. And then for our stop loss, it's right here, right? So 383. And then I'm going to click modify. Now that I've actually entered in that entry, right, I can be able to go to where it says chart, and I can be able to see right here. Oh, crap, I didn't even show you. So this is where I did it, right here. So it says take profit, I entered in that number, and then stop loss, I entered in that number, okay? And then from there, when I go to chart, I could be able to see when I actually entered in at, like where I entered in at, and I could be able to see where my take profit is. So when the price goes from where it's at now, right? So the current price right now is that gray number, right? When it goes from that gray number up into this take profit right here, you'll automatically receive those profits in between where it's at right now and where it's going, or where you hoped it to go. Now, the thing is, when it comes to the stop loss, if the price goes from up here passing the stop loss, then you'll just lose whatever profits that distance is right here. Okay. So again, if you do not know how, like you're brand new to this, and like you never, like you're not familiar with MetaTrader or anything like that, there is a video right here on FxProNow.com where I'll actually explain to you how to be able to download on your computer, okay? And how to be able to download the app on your phone, and you can be able to get that on the future members side, okay? All right, so that's that. So you now know how to buy when it comes to the Forex market. Now, let's do for a sell. All right, let's do for a sell. Oh, if anything, you can go ahead and take a picture of the screen. Okay, go ahead and take a picture of the screen so you can be able to actually, remember this for the future. And again, just go on FxProNow.com, and you can be able to get any like more information on there. Okay, so FxProNow.com, and go ahead and take a picture. So I'm about to erase this right now so we can move on to a sell. All right, so now let's just say probably. All right, so let's just say a trade comes out and it says something along the lines of sell USD USD go live USD CHF now. Okay, keyword now. So anytime that a trade is sent out, you want to get in literally right now. So let's say it says TP number 1 10 pips from entry. So essentially with the sell, it's sort of like the opposite, okay? But the same rules apply. So the only thing that's opposite now is the fact that what you're doing now is you're buying CHF, which is a Swiss franc, and when this value goes up, this value goes down. So you actually make money when the price goes down. Yes, in the Forex market, you do make money if the price goes down and you're in a sell, which is really cool. So essentially, your take profit will be below your entry price this time, and you want to set your take profit at 10 pips below that entry price. So now when it comes to USD CHF, what I could be able to do is I could be able to literally the same thing. I'll just get into, I'll look for USD CHF, right? It's right here, right? I'll click where it says trade. I'll make sure that I'm in the right pair, right? At the top, I'll make sure it says market execution. I'll make sure I'm at the right lot size, and I'm going to go over lots next. And then I'm going to click where it says sell by market. All right, and then now this is when I entered in on USD CHF, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write down, again, the number that's to the left side of the arrow. Okay. So the number that's to the left side of the arrow is 1.00029. This is when I entered into the market. Okay. So this is to the left side of the arrow. Okay. So I'm going to write down my entry price. So entry is 1.00029. So what's the number that we don't pay attention to? The number that we don't pay attention to is the number that's all the way to the right, right? So we're going to act like that doesn't exist. And then what is a single digit pip? The single digit pip is the 2 right there, and then the 10 digit pip is that number right there, okay? So what are the numbers that we pay attention to the most? These 2, all right? Very good, Cindy, very good. There's somewhat of a lag, so I see the chat like later. But yes, you're right, that 9, okay? So what's another way that you can be able to see, what are the single digit pips or 10 digit pips without even having to figure it out or anything like that? When you go to quotes and you make sure that you're on the advanced part, you're going to see where it has the small numbers and you're going to see where it has the bigger numbers. The small number all the way to the right, again, is a number that we don't really pay attention to, and then the numbers in the middle right there, the bigger numbers, those are the single digit pip and the 10 digit pip, and that's what makes it very simple. Okay, so now what we're on is we're going to add 10 pips to this. Well, we're not going to add 10 pips. We're doing a sell. So being the fact that we're doing a sell, what we want to do is we want to make sure that for our entry, right, are we going to add 10 pips or subtract 10 pips? Well, when it comes to a sell, we actually want the price to go down in value to make money, right? So 10 pips. So we're going to be adding or subtracting. Yeah, subtracting. So subtract 10 from that number, right? So essentially that number that we're going to come up with, if I was just to subtract 10 from this, is going to be 0.999929. Okay. Hope my math is right, but I'm pretty sure it is. All right. So 0.99929. All right. And then for the stop loss, let's say, a random number, let's say 30 pips. All right. So all we're going to do now is add 30 this time. Okay. So 1.00329. Right. And that's for my stop loss. So I'll go back into the app. right? I'll go back into the app. I'll go back into that app. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. It's all right. Well, it's kind of messing up right now. So again, you'll go back into the app. You'll enter in the take profit and you'll enter the stop loss the same way that you did from before. Okay. So go ahead and take a picture of this so that you can be able to, look at this in the future, right? This picture right here really will help you out. Okay. All right. So now that you have that, what we're going to talk about now is the lots, right? Because remember how I said, you want to make sure that the lot size is correct. And I wish this was working. Screen. All right. So what we're going to talk about now is we're going to talk about lot size. And when it comes to lot size, you'll be able to know exactly how much money you're going to receive, and it's always going to be based upon your account. So really pay attention to this, and if anything, if this is your first time getting into the forex market, I would definitely write this down. So when it comes to lot, right, the the lot is comparable to like a bag of money or like a crate of money. At one point in time, one lot was considered as $1 million. Right? So the forex market is brand new to a lot of people because at one point in time you needed millions of dollars to get into the forex market. Now they've completely changed the game and have allowed people to get into the forex market without needing to have that much money, which is a blessing. Thank God. Okay, so the smallest lot size you can get into now is 0.01, and you only need $10 to get into that lot size. So now to get into the forex market, literally anybody can be able to get in, gain the skills, and be able to earn and grow your money over time, as opposed to keeping it in a bank getting 0% interest. Okay, so 0.01 lot, if it moves 10 pips, right, it's moving plus or minus $1. So let me show you how quickly 10 pips can move. Okay, so since we've been on this live right now, this has moved 10 pips and it's actually still moving. So right now, each one of these candles is comparable to 15 minutes. All right, each one of these lines, right, is comparable to 15 minutes. So I'm going to show you how large this one candle is literally within the last 10 minutes. Literally. If anything, I'm going to break this down to a 5-minute. So this one candle, right, is in 5 minutes, right? And it's just about to close right now. So it just closed. So in 5 minutes, this one candle moved 23 pips. Even though it went down, it still moved 23 pips, okay, which is crazy. So I'm going to show you, and I want you to really, really pay attention. I want to see how many people are on here. All right. So who on here is brand new? I want to know who on here is brand new. Because with knowing who's brand new, I could be able to tell you literally what the possibilities are in the forex market. So 23 pips. So we're going to remember that 23 pips in 5 minutes. Okay, 23 pips in 5 minutes. All right. So essentially, I'm going to keep on going. So let's say we got in at this lot size, and you only need $100 to get in at a 0.10, 10 pips, $10. Okay, good. We still got Cindy following with us. All right. So a 0.10, 10 pips, $10. Standard lot. All you need is $1,000 in your Forex account to be able to get into this, right? $100, right? 10 lot, you need 10 grand in your account to be able to get into this lot size. $1,000, and then 100 lot, you need 100,000 in your account to get into this lot size. Okay, very, very good. So really think about it. Like, this is one thing that I realized. Yes, you can make a lot of money in this market, right? But one thing that really caught my eye is the fact that the 10 pips never changed. The only thing that changed was the lot size, and through that lot size, the larger the lot size, the more money you can make over time. So what I realized is all I got to do is just stay consistent, just gaining some money over and over and over and over and over time, and you can be able to build up, you know, $100 account, and through that $100 account, you can be able to go down this list right here and be able to make as much money as you want. Really think about that. That's powerful in my opinion. So essentially, let's say in that situation that literally just happened just now, 23 pips in 5 minutes. So essentially in those 5 minutes, it would have been 23 pips. You could have made $2. You could have made, if you're at that lot size, $2.30. 23 pips at this lot size, you would have made $23. So now already, I want somebody to tell me, who do you know? And I'm going to pull out a calculator on here. Man, this computer's going so slow. It's crazy. So who do you know that makes $23 in 5 minutes? So I'm going to make this comparable to an hour. Right? Let's say all that happened in 1 hour. So 60 divided by 5 minutes. So 12 5 minutes in an hour. 12 different 5 minutes in an hour. So 12 times 23. So who do you know makes $276 in an hour? I don't know many people that make that. So the reason why I love the Forex market so much is you only need $100 in your Forex account to be able to actually get into a 0.10. And let's just say that this moved 23 pips every single 5 minutes, right? You could have made that type of money within 1 hour, $276, right? Within 1 hour in the Forex market, with only having $100 in the account. Let's say you had $1,000 in the account and you got into this lot size, and it moved 23 pips. That'd have been in 5 minutes $230. I don't know many people doing that. Or at this lot size, you need $10,000 in your account. Yes, but you can be able to build your account over and over and over here and have enough where you can be able to actually get into this lot size over here. Does that make sense? You know, and then from there, you know, $2,300 within 5 minutes, or 23 grand in 5 minutes. This is the possibility of this industry, and that's why I'm sticking with it, and that's why, you know, I would suggest, you know, I did it for myself. You know, I spent money to really learn, how does this work? How does this industry work? You know, so if you're brand new for the first time, you know, I spent a hefty amount to really learn this industry, because I realized, you know, if this is the type of money that's possible to be made, man, I went to school for civil engineering and I spent thousands on that, and I didn't really get that much money from becoming an engineer, you know. So now when it comes to this, I can do it from my couch, where I'm able to actually be at home with my daughter and be able to make money. My second day in the industry, I made $1,000 at the house, and I was actually with my daughter the entire time, and I loved it. The other day, I made a pretty significant amount of money, and I was sleeping. I woke up to the money, and that's why I love this industry. So go ahead and take a picture of this, so that you can be able to keep this for your records, because you're gonna need this over time. But you know what? I might as well put that banner on here. Oh, you can't even see it. That's why it's on here. There it is. I had that on there the whole time. All right. Just so you can be able to know there's more avenues that you can be able to gain help. Okay. So new sketch. All right. So hopefully you took a picture of that. All right. So now we're gonna talk about what I believe is probably one of the most important things, as well, which is what do you call it? Which is risk management. And I would definitely really pay attention to what I'm about to talk about right now. Okay, so risk management. So for every $1,000, really pay attention to this, guys. Really, for every $1,000 you have in your account, the highest lot size that I would do would be a 1.0 lot. Okay, why? Because when that moves 10 pips, how much money is that moving? How much money is that moving? You tell me how much money is that moving? $100. Okay. Now, when it comes to that $100 right there, it's not crazy amount of money, but again, you could be able to make that fairly quickly. Now, why wouldn't I do a higher lot size? Because you're probably thinking, man, if I might as well just do 100 lot. Well, because I could be able to make 10 grand with 10 pips. Well, it doesn't really work like that. Because let's just say, you make a mistake and that you do a 10 lot, and it moves 10 pips. Cool. But it moves 10 pips in the wrong direction. I don't know, if that's what you would like. All right. Because now that $1,000 that you had would be gone, right? And you don't want that. So you want to use proper risk management. That's why it's called that. Okay. So, so this is good and this is bad. All right. That's good and that's bad. Now, this risk management goes for all range of numbers. So let's say for every $100 you have in your account, you're going to do a 0.1, and for every $10 you have in your account, 0.01. Okay, 0.01. Now, let's just say that you had, and we're just gonna, come up with a random number. You had $2,540 in your Forex account. The highest lot size that I would do would be a 2.54. Now, how did I come up with that number? Well, remember, for every $1,000 you have in your account, you should do a 1 lot. Well, you have 2 of those thousands, 2 lot. For every $100 you have in your account, you should do a 0.1. You have 5 of those hundreds, 0.5. For every $10 you have in your account, 0.01. You have 4 of those 10s, 0.04. Does that make sense? Okay. Very, very good. Now, for every, let's say that you had, we're going to do another one, $840 in your account. What's the highest lot size that I would do? Well, remember, for every $100 you have in your account, you even do a 0.1. So I would do 0.8. Right? So for every $10 you have in your account, 0.01. Well, we have 4 of those 10s, 0.04. Does that make sense? Very, very simple. Now, this is very, very important. This is for all trades. Okay. Now, think about it. We got into two trades just now. We got into the USD JPY one, and we also got into the USD CHF one. Okay. So, with that being the case, if we got into two separate trades, right, then essentially, and we did both of them at the highest lot size that you should do, then essentially you're getting in at a 0.84 and a 0.84. When you add those together, those equal 1.68. That is too high for that balance. Would you agree? All right. So essentially what you want to do is say, okay, I want to get into two separate trades. So I know what the highest lot size that I should be at, and I know I want to get into two separate trades. So what I'll do is I'll take that number and I'll divide it by the amount of trades that I want to get into, and that equals to 0.42, and I'll get into the second one at 0.42, and that equals up to the highest lot size that you should be at. Does that make sense? Very, very simple. So go ahead and take a picture of this as well. All right. Go ahead and take a picture of that as well. Okay. All right. So now that we got the risk management going, now I'm going to show you. Okay, let's just say that you want to get into the forex market with your real money. How should you manage it as you go throughout your forex journey when you get started? Well, let's say this is your account, right? So your account, all right, and you started out with a $200 account, right? The highest lot size that I would do based upon this risk management that we spoke about. For every $1,000 you have in your account, you do one lot. Well, for every $100 you have in your account, come on, bro, what's going on? Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, so again, for every $1,000 we have in our account, we do a 1.0. For every $100 we have in our account, we do a 0.1. Right? Good. So remember, for every $200 we have that, and then for every $10 we have in our account, 0.01. So we have $200 in our account, so we should do a 0.2. When that moves 10 pips, it's moving $20. Now you have $220 in your account. Now you can go to a higher lot size. That moves 10 pips, $22, 242. Now you can do this lot size, 10 pips, 240, $24. And then now you can be able to do, now you have that in your account. Now you can just round up, right? From this to this, you can just round up, okay? 10 pips, $27. Okay, so what's really cool is this. The difference between these two numbers is 2, these two numbers is 2, and these two numbers is 3. So what's going to happen is that's probably going to be how your balance will grow, right? So this is going to be the psychology of it. You're going to be excited, and then you'll lose some money. Excited, lose some money. Make money, lose some money. Move, and then you just keep on going up and down, and then you'll start getting good. All right. So from point A to B, you may not make that much money, but from point B to C, you definitely will. You just got to stick it out. You're gonna probably have times you're gonna feel like you want to quit and all this other stuff. But what I would definitely suggest is to really, really, really stick it out. Really learn this industry. If this is the first time that you're in this industry, I would definitely take out the time to get to know it. Now, let's just say that you want to learn more and you want to get to the point where like you're a pro at this. Well, it's going to take some time. And what I would definitely suggest is when you go on to FxProNow.com, on there's going to be some videos that you can be able to watch, right? That can be able to go a little bit more in detail, like what is Forex. But these two right here are videos that I would definitely suggest to check out. The first one is a short introduction to the entire academy. So I am one of over 30, anywhere from 20 to 30 teachers that are in the Forex market, that we're part of an academy. And me, I'm just giving free value so that you can be able to know, hey, listen, we are willing to help and to teach, right? So on here, you're going to be able to see, a video about the academy that I'm a part of, and also the person that invited you is a part of as well. They could be able to show you through this video exactly what the academy, what it has, and what you can be able to get access to. So there's a short version and there's a detailed version, right? So if anything, watch the short version. After you watch the short version, if you want a little bit more details, go ahead and watch this one right here. And then if anything, get back to the person that invited you on here and let them know, hey, listen, I'm ready to get started. And they'll show you exactly what to do next. When you become a member, then you can be able to go on to the members only side. And if anything, just watch the videos step by step